Hey, it's Rolly here. Since the last video I posted, which was about us in Tenerife, which was a trip we made back in March, it's now July, almost the end of July, and things have changed. I'm not in Tenerife, but we are currently in France. We decided to pack up, Airbnb our house, and we've come to France for 6 weeks. We're here right now, and we've been here for about 4 weeks. We've just been enjoying a chance to be in the warmth, enjoy the baguettes and croissant, and just get immersed a little bit in French life. Why do we do this? My job finished up in March. When I got my new job, I was intrigued because they were happy to have me work remote. Once I started, I had a chat with my boss, and he was like, yeah, look, as long as you're not like out of the country forever, and there are certain limitations around that stuff, which is fine, but we're only here for a couple of weeks, so it wasn't a big deal. We've always talked about living away from Ireland for a while, and for 10 years we lived in the UK. We lived in Swansea and then London, so we have lived out of Ireland, so this isn't completely new for us. And this isn't even a permanent change. Like, our kids are going back to school in September. We'll be back in the office in a couple of weeks' time. One thing for us that's always been important is being able to mix things up, being able to change our scenario, change our setup, and try something new. And that's what we wanted to do with this trip. So we've chosen to come and live in a small village in western France. We're about an hour from the coast, so we can get to La Rochelle and we can get to the beach if we want to, and we've been down once or twice, but that hasn't been our focus. We've been here, we've been at the local pool, we've been taking time to get to know the area and what it has to offer. I can't tell you the last time we saw an Irish reg or an English reg. There's no tourists in this area other than potentially French tourists, and it's just a quiet local area where people are getting on with their business. We're in the middle of fields of sunflowers and wheat and corn, and it's all being kind of harvested at the moment, and the landscape is changing before our eyes as the farmers are out gathering the wheat, making hay bales, collecting the hay bales, turning over the soil. The sunflowers have changed in a couple of weeks been here from being bright and obedient and facing the sun, but now they've got their heads down and the birds are starting to look interested in eating their seeds. So we're loving the chance to get to walk our dog in the fields out in the sunshine. She loves being off the lead and chasing rabbits and just kind of belting at full speed around the field, so that's been amazing. Why did we do it? We wanted to figure out what remote work had to offer. Initially I thought it might be distracting being here, but there's actually an awful lot less distractions. We've only turned on the television once. Well, one reason is the fact that our kids have almost 3 months off school for summer holidays. So back home or here, we were wondering what we're going to do to keep them busy, to entertain them. They're at a stage where they're not that interested in going to camps. Neither of them are particularly sporty, so it's not like we can sign them up for, a big long sports camp. We explored those options with them. They weren't really loving that idea. So even being here, it means that they're getting to explore new things. They're getting to understand a new culture. They've got a few extra words of French in their vocabulary. They've tried different foods, different drinks, seen different places. It's just been really interesting. The joys of a small French village is that the bells still rang at the church at midday. So it's now midday and it's starting to warm up. We're about 30 degrees. And one of the reasons we wanted to come and explore what remote living worked like is just to figure out if that's something we wanted to do on a more regular or permanent basis. We were able to do this with very little time commitment, financial obligation. Because we're in France, we were able to drive here with the dog in the back of the car, so the dog got to come too. So it's now cold and dark and November, and I'm still trying to make this video. I still haven't 100% nailed it, been able to edit it, because I hadn't really thought through what the process was and what it meant for me. But since we've been back, we've reflected on a lot, that it was the best summer we've ever had. The best opportunity to learn an area, a region, go figure something out. I think we found out a lot about ourselves, that we love travel, we love heat, we love new food and new environments. And we're looking to it again for next year. So if you have the opportunity, the way you can try that out, I would totally recommend you go do it.